Former President Donald Trump is providing new evidence to those investigating his efforts to overturn the election. It's pretty clear evidence. In a statement released last night, Trump offered a rather stunning admission about what he expects from his vice president, Mike Pence, on January 6th of last year. Trump wrote, quote, "If the vice president had absolutely no right to change the presidential election results in the Senate, despite fraud and many other irregularities, how come the Democrats and rhino Republicans like wacky Susan Collins are desperately trying to pass legislation that will not allow the vice president to change the results of the election?" Actually, what they are saying is that Mike Pence did have the right to change the outcome, and they now want to take that right away. Unfortunately, he didn't exercise that power. He could have overturned the election.
Mike,
yikes.
Yeah.
That's
really,
the quiet part out loud?
That's what everybody's saying is that he did say the quiet part out loud. Jonathan Lemire, the President of the United States, deriding his vice president for not overturning an election.
Yeah, we're more than a year, of course, since that January 6th, and Donald Trump is making it plain as day what he wanted his former vice president to do. It was interesting seeing, first of all, the response from Republicans yesterday. A lot of them came out and said, whoa, this is not what we're looking for here. This should not be what we want. There's a lot of tension within the GOP right now who want to turn the page to 2022, turn the page to 2024. They obviously feel good about the midterms this year. And Trump is stubbornly staying in 2020. And this comes at a moment where, he also says that he felt that if there were, quote, illegal investigations into him, he was calling for his supporters to have massive rallies across the country, including in Washington, D.C. The biggest rallies yet, even bigger than January 6th. And this, of course, is dangerous on a couple levels, Joe. On one hand, he is, as you might imagine, suggesting that any investigation into him was improper and illegal, much like when he was president. Any news story about him that he didn't like, he would just deem fake news. And to do so and to suggest that he would call for his supporters to march on those locations where the investigations are taking place or Washington, D.C., seemingly that's an act of intimidation, which is deeply concerning as well. And certainly the prosecutor in Georgia who's looking into that case has already called for additional security for her and her staff. I think we may see more of the same. A dangerous moment, Joe.